So welcome to the reveal of the next 10 Genesis Mini games by Sega. I feel very honored. Sega got in touch with me and they're like, do you want to be one of the people to announce the next 10 games? And I'm like, do I get to find out what the games are? And they're like, yeah, you can't tell anybody until the embargo breaks. I'm like, okay, I'll do it because I want to know what the games are. And I'll say this much. There's a few surprises here. There is a few surprises. So for anybody who doesn't know, Sega is releasing the Sega Genesis Mini, and that's coming out in September 19th. They've released the first 20 games. They revealed them. They've shown them, and they look very interesting. I must admit, when I started to see some of the third-party games, I was like, and these are games from a long time ago, but all in this compilation, they were pretty exciting. And I have the list here in front of me, and I have some of the original games, so I can talk about them. And so let's start off at the first game here. The first reveal is Street Fighter Special Champion Edition. It is the Genesis version of Street Fighter, and it's an okay version. The sound on that is okay-ish. I preferred the Super Nintendo version back in the day, but you know what? It's here, and I also got to say they are releasing a controller, a 6-button controller, and I'm going to read this here. The Retrobit Sega Genesis Mega Drive 6-button controller. That's out in August. I'm only pointing that out because when I initially talked about the Sega Genesis Mini, I was kind of like upset that there wasn't a 6-button controller. I'm correcting that information right now by representing that there is going to be a 6-button controller for games like Street Fighter. So Street Fighter's the first reveal, and I was like, okay, that's fine, Street Fighter's on there. The next reveal is this. One of my favorites, the best RPG on the Genesis, Phantasy Star 4. Here's my original terrible copy of it here, but it is my copy, and it is the end of the original Phantasy Star line of games, and it ended with a bang. Let me say that. It was a really good conclusion. This is a phenomenal RPG that still stands up to this day, so if you've never played it, you're getting a Sega Genesis Mini, you're in luck. This is a very exciting reveal. I'm always happy to see Phantasy Star represented. I really wish we could get a Phantasy Star 5 though, but that's besides the point. The next revealed game is Golden Axe, the true classic arcade action game by Sega. I originally played it in a 7-Eleven back in the day, fell in love with it. When it came on the Genesis, I had to pick it up, and I loved it. I played the heck out of this game over and over and over again. So this is also a reveal. It's one of the games that is coming out. Next up is a game that I got for my birthday in must be like 1989 or something like that. And that is Alex Kidd, an Enchanted Castle. It's an okay game. This is a forgotten series. Nobody really remembers Alex Kidd. There's been no more Alex Kidds, in a modern console. So it's kind of like, this was kind of like the Mario game for Sega back then. And it was kind of their mascot. Sega had a few mascots. It had Opa Opa, and it had definitely Alex Kidd before they released Sonic. So this is the next big reveal. This next reveal is, to me, one of the most exciting games on this collection. And I was like, when I first read the list, I was like, oh my God, they're getting this game? This is one of the great reveals. And it is Megaman The Wily Wars. Yes, it came out in Japan, and yes, it came out in, PAL regions, and it came out for the Sega Channel in North America, but it's getting released on the Sega Genesis Mini. For anybody who doesn't know, this is a remake of Mega Man 1, 2, and 3 for the Sega Genesis. And this is a really interesting one for Capcom to let them have and to put it into this collection. And I applaud this. I think this really is making this collection. This is going to be the first 30 games. There's going to be probably 10 more revealed in the future. This makes it very exciting. I'm really happy to have this game. I know my friend Rob will be very excited about this release. The next reveal is Sonic the Hedgehog Spinball. Yes, it's Sonic the Hedgehog as a pinball style of game. And I must admit, I've never played this game, but I went and checked out some footage online to see what it was all about. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. I remembered this game getting released, but I never picked up a copy back in the day. So an interesting release. Next up is Vector Man, and this is a really fun side view action game. I remember renting this back in the day from a local Blockbuster video. I'm playing it and thinking it was really awesome back then, and your character's kind of made up of balls, and you're running around side view levels, shooting at people and robots, and it's kind of like a post-apocalyptic future. It's a kind of interesting style of game, so that was kind of a cool reveal. The next game is arguably one of the best games ever released for the Genesis Mega Drive. It definitely is. It is Ghouls and Ghosts by Capcom. This is a wondrous game. This is a game I spent way too many hours playing. I know me and Joe from GameStack both adore this. Side view action game. He plays Arthur in this kind of gothic style medieval world gone mad, per se. This is really a good reveal. This had to be on the collection. If this wasn't, there would be a bit of a problem, so I'm happy to see it there. I was also very happy to see this game on the list, and this is one of the games that I absolutely love, and I don't think a lot of people have played it. There's been a re-release of a lot of Wonder Boy games, which has been incredible in the last few years. But you know what game doesn't get enough love? Is Wonder Boy in Monster World. This is a really fun action RPG. It's so weird. I remember playing this game when it was originally released, and I remember finishing it in a few days and thinking, wow, this is an easy game. I went back to it, I don't know, about a year back, and I'm like, oh my god, this is a bit of a challenging game at times. It's funny, as you get older, sometimes you get better games, sometimes you get worse, but no matter what, this is a very solid title, and I'm just happy to see a Wonder Boy game in this collection. Now, this is the last of the next 10 to be revealed. And it's a good one. It's a really good one. It's by Yuzo Koshiro's company from back in the day, and that is Beyond Oasis. This is a wonderful overhead action RPG, Arabian style of world setting with monsters in it. It's really cool, and especially the music is something really good. It's nice to see a good action RPG like this in the collection, so I was happy to see that one in the end. I'm like, okay, that's good. So that is the 10 games to be revealed. I want to thank Sega for reaching out and asking me to, reveal these games. What an honor. I grew up loving Sega and loving these games, so I thought, yeah, I kind of understood why they wanted to talk to me about it, because I have a bit of history with these games, and I'm looking a lot more forward to the Sega Genesis Mini with a lot of these titles now. We're getting like Castlevania, we're getting the Wily Wars now. I mean, this collection is coming together quite well, and I didn't want to show any footage in it. I didn't want to emulate any of the footage for any of the games myself to give a misrepresentation of what they will look like on the Sega Genesis Mini when it does come out. So I thought, you know what, I'll just show the boxes. That's good enough. And we'll wait to see when the machine is revealed. And you know what? There's another 10 games to get revealed, and I'm looking forward to those. And hey, Sega, you can reach out to me again. I'd love to reveal them to the world. So anyways, guys, until next time.